Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. We are here on Friday. You know, we have tons of wonderful, amazing musical guests. And Nita Chawla is with us today. And we're going to talk about the beauty of their dreams. She's going to perform for us. We have a little technical difficulty. I'm sure it's on my side. So she's muted in between me talking. Otherwise, you'd hear me twice. And God knows nobody wants to hear that on a Friday afternoon. So Nita, welcome to the show. We're so excited to have you. Tell us a little bit about you. They love origin story. We all like to know kind of the journey. So tell us a little bit about Nita Chawla.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Ted, for having me. So my musical journey began when I was very young, like 2 or 3. My whole family is musical. My dad and my mom sing, and my sister too. And we used to just have sing-alongs.
Nita, talk louder.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. So we used to have sing-alongs every weekend. We would just sit on the floor because my dad plays tabla, so you have to sit on the floor to play that, and we'd set up mics. So music has just been such a part of my life, and very natural. But I actually got started playing piano when I was 5, and then guitar in middle school. And I used to write instrumental pieces because I honestly didn't have anything to say. I didn't know what to write about. I was just like this good kid, I didn't have any experiences. And then in high school, I think I had a boyfriend break up with me, and I started writing, songs with lyrics then. And the first song was pretty bad, but after that, it just opened up a whole, door to this world that it was such a amazing thing for me, because I think I lacked in being able to express myself as a kid. I was just very like, get good grades and do the right thing. And I just didn't express myself. So music really helped me do that. And writing helped me do that.
So tell me about, hold on, I got to mute you.
Oh, sure.
Tell me about the process, though. It's one thing to do it as a kid, and you kind of got teen angst, right? So that's where the stuff you were talking about as you got older. But it's another thing then to become an adult as you get older. Sometimes that's the way you decided to go ahead and make it a career, your vocation. What was that like? Has it been a hard journey? Has it been, because business and singing and just the singing are completely different. You have this whole other world that you have to deal with, bookings and engagements and all that stuff. So tell them a little bit about that journey, because I think people love to know, all right, so she wanted to follow her dreams. How did she do it?
Yes, that has been quite a journey. I have to admit, it's been difficult, because, I'm definitely very passionate. As soon as I started songwriting, it just, it kept coming to me. So that part was easy. The music part is easy. The writing part is easy. The business part for me has been tough, because to make it into your vocation and your business and something you can make a living out of, it's honestly it's not easy. And it's a learning process, and I keep learning how to do that and how to get better at that. I think one thing I've seen is that I had a lot of fear about showing up. And obviously, as a performer, you need to, be visible. But that's been kind of like a journey of, like, it's been growth for me, as an individual, to push myself to be open. It's like one thing to write a song in your room and write your thoughts down and play it to yourself. And it's another thing to open up to other people and share that with them, and to show up in people's faces and say, here I am again and again. So that I have found has helped me, though, with my business, as I get more open. And even doing interviews like this, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that would scare the hell out of me.
Of course it would.
Yeah. I guess actually really like 2 months ago that scared the hell out of me. But yeah, so it's been.
So tell us about the business side. I'm gonna mute. Sorry. Tell us about the business side, because I think a lot of people have talent, or at least they believe they have the talent, which is sometimes either way. It depends on how it goes. But you can want to sing and you can want to perform, but you also have all of the other stuff. You've got to collaborate, songwriting. You got to pick your music. You got to figure out, if, especially in 2021, how am I compliant if I want to perform? What am I doing to promote myself? Tell people that we have a lot of aspiring songwriters and performers that watch. So what would you tell them one of the first things they need to do if they're really serious about wanting to make this their career, that they should do right out the gate?
I think one thing is, first of all, planning and strategy are really key. And it's one thing to just write and be creative, and that's the best part. But the planning and strategy has to be there. So I would write down your goals. Um, like, what do you want to accomplish out of making music, and what do you want your music business to look like? And how do you intend to make money? Like, for me, I love the idea of licensing because, not to say I don't want to, make a living from performing as well, but licensing is great because making music, I love that part, and sharing the music with everybody. I don't necessarily have to be there and everywhere, and I can make money. So for me, that suits me. But some people may say, well, I really need to be out there in the limelight, and I like to play shows. I just love playing shows. And so maybe that's like, so what's your path, basically? And focus your energy, because it's really easy to get scattered. It's easy to look at all the sites and the tips and feel like you have to do everything. Eventually, maybe you do, but I think initially just focus. Another thing I do is like 3-month plan. Like, for the next 3 months, what is my focus? And so you can get somewhere with that. Like, I want to grow my Spotify, or want to grow my YouTube, or connect with my fans. So yeah, I think picking a few goals and focusing is the first step.
I think the focusing's good. I think that having a plan is a big step in any business, but definitely in the music world. Tell us about the beauty of their dreams. That is the title you chose. Give us a little background on why.
I've always liked this quote. It's the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt. I like that quote because I guess I fall into that. I am a dreamer. I am a believer. I've always believed in just following your heart, and I do think that our futures are created by us. And so the bigger the dreamers, the people who are dreaming and imagining a better future, that's, we're creative beings. So we're creating our future. Yeah.
I love it. All right. Tell me how you collaborate. Do you write your own songs? Do you work with other people? And then what was that process like during 2020 and into 2021, where everything was shut down and you're trying to be creative, and yet you can't go anywhere, you can't do anything, so you had to adapt. Tell us a little bit about your process in the whole songwriting and collaborating.
Yeah, so initially I have to say I was writing songs on my own a lot. And for me, I loved that process because it was just like my personal therapy. So I just needed to be alone, honestly, in the beginning of my journey. And I loved that. But I think I started to branch out. Maybe it was 2013. I got this house artist grant. It was an artist grant through a studio called House in DC. And that's when it kind of opened my eyes up to collaborating. And I was a little scared at first, honestly, because I didn't know how to do that. And the first song we wrote was like 7 people in the room, and everyone was just staring at each other and staring at me, and it was uncomfortable. But there was a lot of growth there because I branched out from my usual sound. So that was really cool. And I started to collaborate a lot more. I think the second time was in 2014. I did a songwriting camp in Austria, which is so random. But we had sessions every day. We would have 4 people in a group. We would collaborate, and then we'd share our songs from the day. So what I love about collaborating is it really takes me out of my comfort zone, and it takes me out of my usual writing style. So it's very important to collaborate, for sure. And then you asked one more thing. I can't remember the last question. Oh, 2020.
No, I just wanted to know. Hold on. I got to do this. We have feedback today, guys. You never know what's going to happen with the internet. I was curious about how when you pivoted in 2020 and 2021? Did that change the way that you collaborated? Did it change the way that you wrote your music? Were you inspired differently because of what was going on? What was that process like for you as an artist?
So to be honest, in 2020 I was really just trying to stay alive. No, I mean I was doing music, but I was also it worked out that in 2019 I had collaborated so much and written so much with other songwriters, and so in 2020, honestly, I was still releasing that music from 2019. It's just there's such a lag sometimes, and it's such a process, because everything needs to be mixed, and there needs to be lyric videos and music videos, and so all that was taking a long time, and it was running into 2020. So 2020, I was really just releasing a lot of my tracks and finding different ways to promote them and trying to get creative. So I wasn't collaborating too much. I was focused so much on just like the releasing stage and putting it out there.
Love it. All right. So tell me, you're going to perform for us. Give us the name of the song and then a little background on your music, and then maybe tell people what inspires you, maybe what inspired you on this song, or what you look for. You're not in the teen angst mode anymore, so we've matured, quote unquote, and so your music reflects that. Tell them a little bit about that, and then I'm going to take myself off and let you perform for us.
Sure, yeah. So this song is called Cross the Line, and this is one of the collaborations I did with my friend Sirsa in LA in 2019. And to be honest, it was for a songwriting class. We got together and we were doing this assignment, and the topic was together, being together. You could write anything about that. And, honestly, it's hard sometimes to write positive songs because it can come across cheesy, so we didn't want that. And I came up with this little riff, and we played around with the chorus. I think the first line we had was "Together we can make it all work," and we're like, where are we going from there? And then it got into the idea of how we can put up our walls, and I can relate to this of putting up, just feeling defensive all the time with other people, feeling people don't understand you, or people don't want to reason with you or agree with you, or whatever, your reasons are. We can be very divided, and especially now that's happening a lot. And it's the idea of like, can we drop our armor for a second? Can we pull the walls down and just, come together? So that's Cross the Line.
I love it. All right. Nita Chawla, what's the name of the song?
It's called Cross the Line.
Are you?
All right. Sometimes we build our walls so high, our misgivings go unparted. We isolate ourselves and hide, and lose sight of each other's gardens. Together we can make it all work. Hold on to each other as the world turns. Hand in hand we'll reach the other side. Together we can cross the line. Cross the line. Cross the line. We draw so many lines in the sand. We don't see eye to eye, but life's too short to hold the upper hand. Are we tired of fighting? Together we can make it all work. Hold on to each other as the world turns. Hand in hand we'll reach the other side. Together we can cross the line. Together we can make it all work. Hold on to each other as the world turns. Hand in hand we'll reach the other side. Together we can cross the line. And aren't we so tired? Hold on to each other as the world turns. Hand in hand we'll reach the other side. Together we can cross the line. Together we can make it all work. Hold on to each other as the world turns. Hand in hand we'll reach the other side. Together we can cross the line. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Together we can cross the line.
That was beautiful. Oh, I gotta mute. Hold on. That was beautiful. What I loved about it is storytelling. It's storytelling, and your voice is so clear. And I don't know. I don't want to sound like Paula Abdul. I joke about that when I'm talking, but it's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. One of the reasons I take myself off is because I'm never really sure how you all are going to sound live, and nobody wants to see my face when it's not so good. That was really good. I closed my eyes, and just beautiful, melodious. It was really pretty, really pretty. I wasn't expecting that voice out of you, and that's another thing that I love, because you're never sure what somebody's going to sound like. But I can tell you that was beautiful. All right, tell us how people can buy your music, how they can get your music, how can they listen to you, where are you at, all of that good stuff, so that they can actually go out and support Nita Chawla.
Thank you. Yes, you can listen to it on Spotify. That's streaming. It's Nita Chawla on Spotify. I'll write my my full name. You can spell my last name. I don't know, or maybe I don't know if that goes in a public.
You can do it. You can do it. You can put it in comments.
Okay, great. You can also find it on iTunes if you want to buy it, or Amazon. Those are the most common, and I'm also on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter. I am Nita Music on most of those. On YouTube, it's just Nita Music, and I have a music video for that too. So definitely check it out.
I love it. All right, Nita Chawla, you're amazing and talented. Come back anytime you'd like. Share your new releases, your new albums, your touring. Come sing with us anytime. That was beautiful. Thank you so much, and thanks for being patient on the audio. Guys, go out and support musicians like Nita. Nita suffered through crazy 2020 like we all did, and the arts are finally coming back, but we really need to band around our artists, and especially when we have artists with talent and a story to tell. So Nita, thank you so much for being patient and being on the show. You're amazing. So go to IamNitaMusic.com. It's scrolling across the bottom. Thanks, Nita. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Ted.
All right, guys. We're out. See you soon. Bye, everybody.